Conditions across the lower 48 still remain dry in just a few pockets here and there. Zooming in across the northern plains, northern parts of North Dakota has experienced just a little bit of dry conditions along with just a little bit of moderate drought up near Rugby between Minot to Devil's Lake. Much of Minnesota is actually just kind of not included in that drought, the drier conditions, but still keeping an eye on things. Dropping down to the deep south and parts of the southern plains, some moderate drought experienced just kind of in northern parts of Texas along with the Four Corners region, and then across the Pacific Northwest it is pretty dry. It is that time of year where they just do experience some drier conditions, but some severe drought kind of between Portland to Seattle and parts of the Pacific Northwest and just kind of the very far northwestern corner of the lower 48. Looking ahead for this week ahead across the desert Southwest and some of the mountainous areas of western parts of the lower 48, we're looking at some drier conditions. Up across the northern plains, we may just be around average or even just a little above average across parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota, with just some scattered showers and thunderstorms in our forecast coming on up. And then across the deep south and parts of the central plains, still looking at a little bit above average to parts of the far southeast. And then as we look toward next week, we could see a little improvement across the Pacific Northwest. We're still dry in the southwest. And for the northern plains here, we're looking at maybe a little better shot for parts of North Dakota, just from what the pattern is setting up in across Minnesota to see some of those showers and thunderstorms, and still some improvement across the far southeast. So the weather pattern this week is going to switch up a little bit. The warm air will stay to the south. We're just in general going to be a little bit cooler coming up as our flow pattern switch to more a zonal flow. We'll be looking at a lot of lower 80s to even some 70s coming up here just in general across parts of the northern plains. Just a cooler August. Across the desert Southwest, still looking to stay fairly dry. We will be tracking some rain and some thunder coming up here in the days ahead.